What's going on, all you wild detectives out there? Your two favorite movie critics are back today, and we've got a good one for you tonight. It's a brand new movie. It was in cinemas for, I think, like a week, the week before. And this past weekend, it just hit Netflix. It is the third film in Rian Johnson's Knives Out trilogy. So far, it's a trilogy. Will he make more? That's the question. We'll find out soon. We're talking about Wake Up, Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Who done it?
Who done it?
That's right, you wild murder mystery enthusiasts out there. The two favorite private detectives are back at it tonight. Uh, Third installment, Rian Johnson's, I guess, trilogy at this point, Knives Out. But this one's called Wake Up Dead Man, and definitely a different, kind of setting in the brand new film. This is more of a
Yeah.
religious church backdrop to this film, but essentially we have Benoit Blanc, our favorite private detective, going up to a Catholic church in upstate New York to investigate this murder of a priest played by Josh Brolin, Jefferson Wicks, and it really sets up this quirky and kooky cast behind me, a bunch of Hollywood A-listers and up and coming actors at the same time. The introduction of this.
Monsieur Wicks, you could say.
Monsieur.
Get it right. A great cast assembled this time. Loved all these actors. Josh O'Connor here taking the starring role. Did a great job in this movie. Very relatable character, an ex-boxer, that's embracing his faith and becoming a priest, a young priest here. He's involved in this parish that's ran by Monsieur Jefferson Wicks, Josh Brolin's character with a great hairpiece, silver. He's a silver fox here with longer hair and a big beard. And he's established his flock of followers here, and that's where we get our other characters. We have actors and actresses, big names here: Glenn Close, Mia Kunis playing a cop, Jeremy Renner, Kerry Washington, Andrew Scott, Kaylee Spaney, Thomas Hayden Church. You see a lot of familiar faces here. And that's one thing that Rian Johnson's really been able to do here, cast these movies really excellent and bring in new people and new actors and everybody. The cast is solid. And the story this time I was engaged with, like you mentioned, with this backdrop of the church and faith and a lot of interesting, character development here and stories and background of each of these participants here in this mystery this time from Wake Up Dead Man. One day a service is going on and Monsieur Wicks is given preaching, given a sermon, and he all of a sudden gets up and goes away from the pulpit and goes to this little room, opens up the door and seemingly dies right in there. Josh O'Connor's character goes over. He's the first one to go in there, and it appears as Monsieur Wicks is dead and he's been stabbed in the back. But it's an object that Josh's character, who we should name here, Judd, finds he had at a bar one night. Part of the story here, he gets fed up with the Monsieur. He thinks that he's, leading these people astray basically and not, upholding the faith. And, he's drinks a lot at the bar one night and gets a hold of this wolf. It's a wolf's head from the top of this light, I think it is there. And he threw that wolf into a window, and seemingly that becomes part of the murder weapon. So it starts on this elaborate story with many twists and turns. And that's really what I appreciate in this story. I love that how Rian Johnson, pretty much sets up everybody in a way to, you'll be casting your suspicions on them. Anybody and everybody, is a potential suspect here, even the main character, Judd. And I really appreciated that part of the story and just how, fleshed out these characters where I loved everybody's backstories and everybody's motivations. Everybody, you could see potentially being the killer here.
And all the signs are pointing, of course, to the young priest here, Judd, with a violent past, happened to be there. Of course, that'd be too convenient. And really sets up the rest of the ensemble throughout the film. Having, Kaylee Spaney, she played like the She played cello, I believe it was, like a musician, essentially. Andrew Scott was my favorite
Mhm.
character in this. Lee Ross, he plays a sci-fi novelist. Jeremy Renner, I think it was like a doctor
Mhm.
with a
Yeah.
booze problem. Kerry Washington's like a lawyer. Glenn Close is like a church housekeeper. Just all different characters, all quirky and different characters you'd want to get out of a mystery like this, a whodunit. All these oddball characters brought in, trying to find evidence and pinpoint who really was behind this murder of Monsieur here. So it was really incredible. I like the storytelling in this. The whole vibe of this movie is completely different than the other two, which I really appreciated. The whole religious, darker backdrop of this film, some funny parts in this,
Mhm.
and Daniel Craig, as always, one of my favorite James Bonds, with the luscious long hair in this movie, suave, funny at times, trying to investigate and figure out who murdered this character.
I do believe
I
that
do
Benoit,
believe.
I love his accent. When Benoit Blanc arrives on the scene and you as a viewer are going through the scenarios with him, he does a great job. It's a great character that, is such a good investigator. He gives you all the scenarios. He's basically like, okay, this is one of these ways is what could have happened. You as a viewer are watching the mystery, being solved as, through Benoit's words and actions and them looking for clues throughout the film. And he's a really fun character to follow around. A nice guy. He, likes Judd. He believes in him. At times Judd's the suspect, and there's a lot of evidence leading towards him. But Benoit Blanc gets to the bottom of everything and doesn't leave any stone unturned. Wink, wink. There's some, stones involved in this film here, tombstones, as you'll say. But yeah, like I said before, the twists and turns along the way, Rian Johnson, the way he wrote this, kudo to him. He's really great at writing these mysteries, and keeping you guessing all the way up into the end, having an exciting death, something that's intricate and not cookie cutter. It's not something that you'll see on a random episode of like Law and Order or something. No, it's really thought out, expertly crafted characters. Everybody's got a rich background. Everybody's got a purpose to be there. Everybody's character is fully fleshed out. They get their arcs throughout the film, and seeing how everything ended up. I loved the resolution in this too, and seeing how everything wound up for this cast of characters here, and finding out who did it and their motivation. Very well done, and really enjoyed Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, the third film in this franchise, which I hope he keeps going. He's really good at these mysteries, and I'd love to see more Benoit Blanc and maybe bring back some characters, maybe from the first two films and, bring them in together. I don't know what he's can do, but he can really do no wrong in these films. I've enjoyed all of them and really enjoyed this one. This one had a different flavor, a little darker, but a great mystery, great cast. Josh O'Connor, kudos. This was like the first, movie that I've seen with him in the starring role, and I thought he did a really great job. Another, one to watch, up and coming actor to watch for sure. So, with that being said, I am going to give Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Benoit Blanc hair pieces.
Hey, Daniel Craig, every movie he's in plays all these different characters. Incredible in this. I think this is really his bread and butter. James Bond was incredible. There's something about this, like he brings this life to this character, and it just gets better and better with each movie put out by Rian Johnson here. Rian Johnson, stay away from Star Wars. Stick to the whodunits because I think you're really
Yeah.
fantastic at it, right, in directing this. Super clever. Keeps you guessing, twists and turns along the way. The ending was awesome. I like how they did that. Who I thought the killer was, I was totally wrong. So that's a sign of a good story and writing, and keeps you guessing until the very end. And really clever
Yeah.
ending. I really, really liked it. Minor nitpick about this movie, a little long. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think two
Yeah.
hours about the sweet spot. So it felt to drag a little bit, a little long, but
Mhm.
it's a minor nitpick. Everybody else is fantastic. Josh O'Connor really did a great job, starring in this film. Loved him in The Crown, of course, Challengers. Yeah, he's a good up and coming actor, and did a great job in this. Being this boxer turned priest, and all this stuff kind of happens in this church, and twists and turns, all the characters that show up and all have a purpose. Just really well done. Great ensemble, great writing, directing, cinematography, set design, everything looked fantastic. Good looking movie. Darker compared to the other two, and I really enjoyed this third installment. So we both highly recommend this film, Wake Up Dead Man, streaming on Netflix. I mean, so that being said, I'm gonna give this flick. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Jeremy Renner hair pieces.
So we want to hear from you guys. What did you guys think of Wake Up Dead Man? Did you enjoy Josh Brolin's hairpiece? Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to stab that subscribe button. As always, you can check out our webpage, cinephellas.com, along with our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and X, where we post all the latest and greatest in TV movie news and reviews like this one.
That's right. Check out our YouTube channel right here. We're going to be going out with a bang. Bunch of videos coming out towards the end of the month, going out of 2025 into a brand new year of 2026. A lot of movies, TV shows, and video games, reviews, and much, much more. So stay tuned right here. If you haven't subscribed, do it right now.
So thank you guys for watching our review of Wake Up Dead Man. And until the next Cinephellas movie review, I'm Uncle Henry Blanc.
And I'm Josh O'Connor, signing out till the next movie review. Cheese!